Honorable members, prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the President of the Republic. Endow members of Parliament and ministers of state with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of government, this land and people may be well and fully served, and that good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. Amen. O God, grant us a vision of our country, fair as it might be, a country of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a country of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a country of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, of peace, where government shall rest on the will of the people, and the love for the common good. Let the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality inspire and strengthen our people, that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honorable members, I'm going to violate the order of business in accordance with Order 53-2. And so we will not take item 2 now. We will deal with correction of votes and proceedings and official report. Votes and proceedings of Friday, 5th February 2021. Page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Yes, page 5 or 6.
Yes, page 6, number 64. I was present before we left for Adam, but my name appears to be absent at number 64.
Table office to take note.
Thank you.
Page 7. Page 9. Yes, page 9.
Right Honourable Speaker, number 12, Hassan Tampuli. Speaker, the correct spelling is number 16. Number 165 on page 4. That's the correct spelling of my name.
Number 165
on page 4.
Hey. We are at page 9.
Yeah, that's so, Mr. Speaker. I'm saying that the correct spelling of my name, number 12, on page 9, Hassan Tampuli.
Yes.
Is what is on 165 on page 4. It has not been correctly spelled here. It's Al Hassan Tampuli Suleiman. 165, sorry. 165.
Table office. You are asked to capture his name at page 9, item 11. Under the table, you have 12. It should be captured like at page 4, item 165. So, office, take note. Yes, Honorable.
Most grateful, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, in that same regard, item numbered 20 at page 9, it should be the Honourable Cassiel Atuk Ban Forson. Ban is omitted. And also item number 23 in that same table, Dorcas. We have Dorca here without an S. If it can be corrected accordingly. And Mr. Speaker, I thought that paragraph 11 on that same page, the rendition will have been more appropriately captured if in the third line, membership of the Standing Orders Committee in accordance with Standing Order 1571, as has been the tradition of the House. So if it can be captured more accurately along those lines, it will be helpful. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, table office to take note. Page 10. Honorable members, in the absence of any further corrections, the votes and proceedings of the 13th sitting of the first meeting of the first session held on Friday, 3 February 2021, are adopted as the true records of proceedings. Honorable members, I don't have any official reports with me. We will move to a message from the President. And this is in respect of the members of the Council of State. The letter is dated 1st February 2021. And it reads, Mr. Speaker, appointment as members of the Council of State. In accordance with Article 892A, Roman 1, 2, and 3 of the Constitution, I am submitting through you to Parliament for its consultation the names of the persons I intend to appoint as members of the Council of State. Roman 1, Mrs. Georgina Theodora Wood, former Chief Justice. Roman 2, Lieutenant General J.B. Dankwa, former Chief of the Defense Staff of the Armed Forces. And Roman 3, Nana Owusu Nsia, former Inspector General of Police. Mr. Speaker, it is my hope that consultation on the above appointments can proceed expeditiously to enable the nominees assume office on about February 15, 2021. Please accept, Mr. Speaker, the assurances of my highest esteem and consideration. Yours sincerely and warm regards, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. And this is to the Right Honorable Speaker, Office of Parliament, Parliament House, Accra. Attention, Right Honorable Alban Somana, Kingsford, Babin. Honorable members, any person with any other information that he believes should be part of the consultation should either pass it through your directly to me, who will have to officially communicate to His Excellency the President. And this should be done within the next 2 days. Thank you so much. Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I'll rise to exercise your mind. This consultation that you just called for anybody who has something, how is it being formalized in our working way here? Will there be a report brought here for us to adopt and communicate? And how has it been done previously in line of givings that has been stated publicly about this consultative process?
Any other contribution before? Yes, please, Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, as you've rightly advised, I have no intention to go into Article 89 again, but as a student of interpretation, you are to construe instruments or clauses as a whole. This now will bring to appreciation the President earlier appointed 11 persons under 891D. What he is now doing is to consult Parliament, which is provided in 892, and with your indulgence are code. The Council of State shall consist of, and A the following persons appointed by the President in Parliament. I believe, Mr. Speaker, the practice in the past, as I know it, the leaders will advise you and you communicate back to the President. Now, what we need to appreciate as a House is that these are ex-officio members. For instance, former Chief Justices. We have Her Ladyship Georgina Wood. We have Her Ladyship Sophia Akufo. Now, it is for us to think through, and perhaps, Mr. Speaker, we should commend the previous Attorney General, Gloria Akufo. She came to this House and sponsored the first ever bill on the Council of State, which now will become a guide. Again, take Inspector General of Police. Between Nana Owusu Nsia We've had other IGPs pass out. What role will they play relative to that? Chief of Defense Staff, one has just gone home. We've had J.B. Dankwa serve that role. So, Mr. Speaker, I believe that members can come through their leadership, what they are thinking is. But this is the President's thinking. The House will accordingly share. It is, this consultation will be by our standing orders, by our practice and procedure. What does consultation mean? You have done what is needful. A communication has come. You've communicated it to members. So members will advise you within their understanding of 89. So what the Honorable listen to maybe in future, but like I said, now there is a dedicated Council of State Act. We should be working within the meaning of Article 89(1). So I'm sure the leaders will confer further with you, subject to any input or advice that any member may want to pass through the leadership. Thank you.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Speaker, I think this is really a novel development. On the face of the provisions of the Constitution, as you have read to us, and as the President has also applied himself to, the appointment by the President in respect of the persons listed under Article 89(2)(a), Roman numbers 1, 2, and 3, should be done in consultation with Parliament. But, Speaker, I do know for a fact that no president has applied himself to this. But there's an emerging practice and convention that the presidents do so. And I don't know whether they communicate to the speakers behind the curtains. What I recollect is that 4 years ago, the Speaker, on account of this, I raised this matter with the then Speaker, who said that yes, on the face of it, they had to do this, to consult Parliament. But they have never done so. And he said to me that, I'm not in it, but if it's not broken, you don't fix it. So we left it at that. But I think that if we have to conform, then we have to also develop the process of consultation, how it should be done, so that we formalize the process. The Speaker, beyond that, I think there is another matter that we should also apply ourselves to, and that relates to Article 89, 1D, Nansha South. And I think the minority leader was also right the previous time, except there was no precedent that any president had done so before. But of course, repeating what is wrong 20 times, 100 times would still not make it right. So let's look at the processes of formalizing the consultation. And I believe going forward, we will not be wrong. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Honorable members, the President is enjoined by Article 89, 2A, Roman 1, Roman 2, and Roman 3 to consult with Parliament. The article did not tell us how the consultation should be done, either formal or informal. I don't have evidence as to how it was done before. What I know is that the current president decided, maybe because of the prompting of the House, to opt for formal consultation, and has therefore put it in writing by our standing orders, Order 51, the communications to the House is usually through the Speaker. And so communicated to the House through me. Because this matter was raised on the floor, it has become a formal matter. And therefore, there was no option left for me to resort to any informal consultation. The President has opted for formal consultation. And I'm not Parliament. You are. And so I am putting it before you formally, and to get the consultation done formally. I just gave you 2 days because of the use of the word expeditiously, so that communicate to the President in accordance with Outstanding Order 52. So we are setting, if anything at all, a precedent for others to follow in future. If you want us to be this to be captured in our standing orders, it could be done, so that everybody will be guided as to how the consultation with Parliament should be processed. And so the President has done the right thing, and I think that I have rightly put it before you, and after the 2 days, I'll be communicating on your behalf to the President. I think they should suffice. Yes, Honorable Minister nominee.
Designate. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Is it nominee or designate? And you said
nominee.
Designate.
Nominee.
Okay.
For your House. Yeah, that was my point. Because we haven't crossed that river, but now we are asked to cross that river. Because it has been formally raised on the floor, and the President has also formally communicated. In our response to the President, it can only be a resolution of the House. That's why I'm saying that in 2 days' time, when leadership...
No, I disagree with you.
Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, if I finish. We are nominating people to the highest, one of the highest bodies of the land, to counsel the President. We haven't set up a formal process. The study orders gives you the leeway to set up a system. And that system we have chosen to come to this House to inform members and giving us 2 days. I said that the 2 days cannot just end with a discussion here, what that consultation has arrived at, before we formally agree, before you can communicate back to the President. It cannot be 2 days after 2 days, only leadership will come to your office and you communicate to the President. We've gone past that stage. That would have been an informal discussion with Parliament. But since it has come to the floor, I doubt if we have any other way than to come back here and all of us agree on the nominees that writing. Thank you.
I disagree with your position. Yes, Honorable Mama Yarga.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think this matter is clear. Clear in the sense that the Constitution says in consultation with Parliament, but unfortunately, we haven't developed in our standing orders processes related to how consultation is conducted. But the same standing orders say that in cases not provided for in these orders, Mr. Speaker shall make provision as he deems fit. So because our orders don't make provision for how consultation should be conducted, by Order 6, it is you, Mr. Speaker, who will direct how consultation will be conducted. So there is a proposal by the Honourable Member for Mashia that he thinks that maybe what we should do is within the period that you have given, we should come by resolution. But that is a decision of the House, either accepting or saying that we are okay with nominations done by the President. Remember, Mr. Speaker, that consultation may not be binding. Consultation may just be an expression of our opinion that it is okay for him to appoint those that he is thinking of appointing, or that we think he should change one or two people, or that we don't even agree among ourselves as to what he should do. And then he will take that and go and then finalize his decision and announce that, having consulted Parliament, he has concluded that these are the people that he wants to be members of the Council. He has to approve or disapprove. He is only consulting us, and he's not bound by our decision. So, Mr. Speaker, it is for you to decide how consultation should be done. And then in future, we will, as a House, provide a procedure, especially now that we are discussing new standing orders, our attention being drawn to situations where we are to be consulted. We will decide how consultation conducted in our new standing orders. But for now, Mr. Speaker, there's nothing in our standing orders regarding how consultation should be carried out. And there's nothing in the Constitution regarding how consultation should be carried out. And the standing order says in matters not provided for, you, Mr. Speaker, should decide how we should go about it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, we are speaking the same language. I don't know why many of you want to take more time to dilate on this simple issue. Consultation remains consultation. That is all. The standing orders are very clear. And I have taken the decision and have decided, in accordance with the standing orders, how it should. And I'm seeking your views in connection with the consultation. When you talk about a decision will imply a vote. And that vote will be of no consequence. It's obvious. And so consultation remains consultation. You don't need to resolve. You don't need to decide. You need to suggest. You need to propose. You need to recommend. And the House cannot be taking a motion or decision on a recommendation. So please, let's take it as it is. I give you 2 days. Usually, it used to be the leaders. Now, we formally come to the whole House. And within 2 days, whatever we get from the proposals or suggestions from members, I will formally communicate that in accordance with Order 52 to the President. Simple and short. And I am curtailing further discussion in this matter. And we move to a more serious item than what we are doing. Honorable K.T. Hammond, is Mr. Speaker out of order?
How on earth can Mr. Speaker be out of order? I was just seeking clarification on what you said, completely in tandem with what I'm thinking. I was just wondering, Mr. Speaker, as you indicated, well, indeed, that's exactly what I was going to say on the back of what he had said. I was going to reinforce it that you said it right. What I'm anxious about now is that after the leadership, whatever consultation, which I think must be deeper than information, the Speaker, then what happens? They would come and tell you they have consulted with us, and then you write a letter, or what is it? That's all I'm trying to.
Yes, the message will be conveyed to His Excellency the President in writing, signed by me as the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana. That is why I kept on referring to Order 52. It will be a communications from the House to 52A, the President, and that shall be in writing and signed by Mr. Speaker or by a Deputy Speaker acting as Speaker. That is how communications are done from the House to. So please, Let's move on to the next item. Honorable James Agalga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to seek your guidance on the true import of Order 172. Mr. Speaker, Order 172.2 reads as follows. It shall be the duty of the committee to recommend to Parliament for approval or otherwise persons nominated by the President for appointment as Ministers of State, Deputy Ministers, members of the Council of State, and my emphasis is on members of the Council of State, the Chief Justice, and other justices of the Supreme Court, and such specified under the Constitution or under any other enactment. Now, Mr. Speaker, if you read Article 89 together with Order 172.2 of the Standing Orders, it seems to me that the consultation process would entail a referral of whatever nomination is done by the President to the Appointments Committee for vetting, as in the case of ministers, deputy ministers, and the Chief Justice. A certain category has been laid out in the order, and specifically the Council of State has been mentioned. So, Mr. Speaker, let us take a second look at the article in question and Standing Order 172 and be guided accordingly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Honorable Member for Efutu.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, my colleague Jim is right in his interpretation of the Standing Orders. However, the provision in the Constitution, as he knows, supersedes those provisions in the Standing Orders. To the extent that the obligation or the duty and mandate of the vetting committee, appointment committee, is to approve, which is conditional upon the nomination, that you have to give, you recommend for prior approval by this plenary. This one is talking about consultation. And I'm sure you and I know, we battled it out there at the Supreme Court, meaning of consultation and advice on several appointments. So I am saying that you cannot construe that to mean that there must be a referral to the appointment committee. If it is there in the Standing Orders, then I beg to submit, Mr. Speaker, that it is inconsistent with the provisions of Order 89. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, this is not the first time this issue has cropped out in the House for discussion. 8 years ago, and the sense of the House then was what has been articulated by the honorable member for Efutu, that the capture in Order 172.2 of the members of state was in error. Yes, the processes are very, very different. And so it's just because we've delayed in the review of the Standing Orders that it still appears there. And so, yes, that is the legal position. And I think that the right thing is being done. His Excellency had formally communicated. We will also formally communicate to him. And that will just be our recommendation. The recommendation, or it could be just the acceptance of what he has nominated, and nothing further than that. So let's end it here, and then now deal with item 2 on the order papers. Communication by the Speaker. Honorable members, as you will recall, at the last adjourned date on 5th February 2021, the House, pursuant to the adoption of the business statement, decided that Parliament sits on Tuesdays and Thursdays until otherwise decided. The House further decided that not more than 1/3 of honorable members would attend sittings of the House in the chamber at any given time. These decisions were in furtherance of the directive of His Excellency the President in his update, I'm referring to update number 23 on the COVID-19 situation on 31st January 2021, announcing new measures to contain the pandemic. Honorable members, having regard to the upsurge of the coronavirus infection in the House, now reading 17 members of Parliament and 151 staff and ancillary workers in the presence of Parliament, and the fact that the Appointments Committee is yet to commence consideration of His Excellency the President's ministerial nominees, I have, in consultative leadership, decided that the sitting of the House be suspended for 3 weeks. It is hoped that within this period of adjournment, the Appointments Committee will commence consideration and public hearing of the President's nominee for ministerial appointments. By the end of the 3 weeks, the Appointments Committee would have submitted reports on the referral for the consideration of the House. Accordingly, with of honorable members of the Appointments Committee, the clerk to the committee, and other supporting staff who will be engaged in the task of considering the President's nominees for ministerial appointments, the House will take a break as from tomorrow, Wednesday, 10 February 2021, to Tuesday, 2nd March 2021. During that period, honorable members are to comply with the strict COVID-19 protocols and regulations. Members and staff should also resubmit themselves to the Parliamentary Center for retesting after 2 weeks from tomorrow to ascertain their status before the assumption of the House. Meanwhile, Parliament will continue with the weekly disinfection and sanitization of the premises and presence of Parliament. Honorable members, the House, accordingly, will adjourn till Tuesday, 2nd March 2021 at 14 hours in the afternoon. The House is accordingly adjourned, and I thank all of you for their attention.
you.